came here last night to have a look and it was really pretty, but because it was dark we thought we'd come back today and just have a quick look, and it's so nice here. So this is the miniature bridge that we saw, the crooked bridge. We thought it would be a lot busier here. It's just so pretty with the exposed grey brick, all this greenery around. Having said it was quiet, there's now a tour group behind us, so there we go. Welcome to Mostar. We have come to probably the most famous spot in Mostar, and actually where Mostar has got its name from, and that is the Stadi Mosque, the old bridge behind me. It was built by the Ottomans a long time ago, and it was actually destroyed in the Bosnian War in 1993, and so since then it's been brand new rebuilt, but it's been rebuilt to look exactly how it did back in the Ottoman times.
There it is.
There it is.
So instead of standing over there, which is where lots of people are, we've come over here instead by ourselves. There's a path just on the other side of the bridge. Come round. We're all alone.
All alone. We came across this building behind me earlier, but we've got no idea what it is. It's all boarded off, it's been destroyed at some point. But if you look at the top, it's just got these amazing patterns, and we've got no idea what they're for, but it looks so cool.
You see some like jousting there?
Some dancing.
To me, it looks like some kind of artistic thing, building, some kind of arts area. It's from the design around the pattern, and maybe there's some kind of like, I don't know, performance area inside.
So it's the next morning, we've come out to start our day, and Danny's been doing some research.
So this building is the former Hotel Yugoslavia, and it was Tito's favourite residence in the whole of Yugoslavia. That's where he used to like to come and stay in here.
Oh wow!
And now, yeah, now they're obviously redoing it, but this is like the peak Yugoslavian, I don't know what
architecture?
Not architecture, but you know, the like high life
And it, yeah, I was gonna say, it looks like it looks really fancy, like all the stripes and the colours, and yeah.
And Tito maybe stayed in that room, right in the top left, the top room.
You like imagining that, don't you?
Yeah, just there looking out the window, looking at these beautiful views.
There's a big cross on the hill behind me, and apparently you can walk up there to go and see the cross for the views of the cities, but there's not a proper hiking path. You have to walk along the road. Because if you go that way and you go off the road, there's still a lot of possibilities of mines, so it's only safe to go on the road, which makes it not quite such a nice walk. So we're not sure entirely if we're going to go up there or not, depending on how much time we've got, but it's quite an interesting little fact, and apparently, yeah, you'll be able to see all down the city. And this area, as well as having all the really cool street art and new flats and buildings, has this building as well in it. But what's crazy is look how messed up it is. You can see all the bullet holes. But there's someone's washing up there. Someone actually lives there still. It doesn't look like the safest place, does it? Looking at, before the war it used to be a bank, one of the main banks in the country, but during the war it became empty and it was used by the Croat side of the fight as a sniper tower because they could see most of the city from up there in the top. And so when you turn around and you look at the buildings near it and over there as well, you can kind of see what they could see and also the devastation it caused. Obviously a lot of it's now been rebuilt, but it's crazy to think up there snipers sat with a view on the whole town. You can walk around the building and then you get to this side here off the main road. All the wall that was here is gone now. You can see just all the stairs going up this building. This was a massive bank complex.
I imagine it would have been the biggest in, I don't know, Herzegovina probably.
Just across the road from the sniper tower are a couple of other interesting things. The first one is here. This is called the Spanish Square and it remembers the Spanish people in the UN who died here trying to protect the city.
Instagram.
Right next to the Spanish Square is another point of interest. You can't go inside because it's actually now a school, but it's a really, really beautiful building in the city. Let me show you. And then the other interesting thing that's just by the Spanish Square is this little park. Although it looks like a fairly normal park, we are looking for a funny little quirk that's in here, so hopefully we'll find it.
There he is.
We found him, he's here. Mr. Bruce Lee himself. Do we know what he's doing here?
Yes. The Hong Kong action films were really popular in Mostar specifically, but I think all over Yugoslavia in like the 80s and 90s.
So he's a bit of a hero.
Yeah, so they, after the war, they built this. I think some, I might be wrong, but maybe some art students or something like that, they like commissioned this to say thank you to Bruce Lee for helping them get through the hard times.
Ah.
So, high five. So this is the Partisan Cemetery, which I believe is a old Yugoslavian war memorial, but it's been kind of left derelict and no one really looks after it anymore. But it looks pretty impressive from here, so we're going to have a walk.
It does, it looks really impressive, really interesting. Let's go in.
You want to pick a sign?
That is where the alien landed in 1753.
The Yugoslav space program.
It's the oldest space program in the world. Wow. Look at this. This is insane. Never seen anything like it.
Let me show you a little more detail.
I was gonna come up.
So, and it's still in really good condition. And from up here, not a bad view. And we're all alone.
You can just walk around this whole structure and it's amazing. It's something quite brutalist about it, but also kind of reminds me of, I'm not sure what exactly, but something in Lord of the Rings. But I mean, it's incredible. A really incredible structure.
You can see, like, born in Mostar, died in Sarajevo. Most of the people born in Mostar or died in Mostar. This one maybe
Little
grew up.
cravats.
Yeah. These ones are pretty worse to wear. But born in Mostar, died in Aleksandrovic, yeah.
We've come out for a walk in the old town in the evening and we thought it'd be fairly busy, but actually it's quietened down a lot from what it was during the day. And it's so cute here, like really nice cobbled streets, and the houses look nice, and then the views, and the bridge looks amazing from here as well. It's quite a stereotypical, isn't it, little like tourist old town market, but it is really nice. I always like the things they sell, the shiny trinkets and the tea sets. If we had room, I think I'd get one. But yeah, it's really lovely. It's a nice walk in the evening. Oh, and there's people up in that minaret up there.
So this is the mosque that everyone goes to when they want a picture. But it's blooming pricey, so...
It is pricey, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
something like €16 to enter into the mosque and the minaret together.
We'll go somewhere better, not quite as high, but better. And quiet.
Better.
And free.
Yeah, free is the key. We've come to sit at our little quiet spot at sunset, and everyone else is on the other side of the river. But as soon as the sun set and the prayers were called, all these bats came out, and they're just flying around, and they're just making like the atmosphere even cooler. I love the bats, they're so cool. This is when they decide not to fly past. There we go.
Everyone.